Alright, let me lower this now, because as I mentioned earlier, this has extended to a reasonable distance. Right, here we go. You see this long? Wow. Alright, some of the sand is breaking away. And I don't want this vine to break. You see that? Whoa. Roots are massive. Hold this close to the camera. Yeah, this is the product of ear layering. Hi guys, welcome back to the Jamaican Grape Farmer YouTube channel. So as many persons would have already known, this is the channel where you learn about how grapes are grown in Jamaica. So the grapevine behind me. Yeah. So as the thumbnail would suggest, today we will be talking about grapevine ear layering. A person may hear that name and wonder, what is ear layering? So it's a method that is used to propagate new grapevine plants. And one of the things that I want to ensure that I do when I create videos, I don't want to use a lot of scientific grapevine terms like that would be related to the whole grape world and not explain what I mean. So when I say it is a method used to propagate grapevine plants, propagate really means a method that is used to get a new grapevine plant, right? There are different ways how persons can get a grapevine plant. You can plant them from seed. You can get a grapevine plant from the primary way of getting a cuttings. You can do ear layering as I'm going to show you guys today. So if you have not subscribed to the Jamaican Grape Farmer YouTube channel, stop the video, pause a second, click the subscribe button and the notification bell, so whenever I do new videos you guys will get the notification. So we'll go ahead right into the video. I have a different area at my home. I want to show you where I did some other ear layering. So before I go over to the other side of my home and show you guys the other set of ear layering that I had done, I just want to speak a little about the different methods that are used to propagate grapevine plant. So as I said earlier, you can get a grapevine plant from seeds, but the downfall with using that method is that it will take a longer period of time for the grapevine plant to bear fruit, as if you would compare it to ear layering, and ear layering on a vine that has already started to produce fruits. And if you compare growing it from seeds with planting the grapevine plant from cuttings, and I'm talking about taking cuttings from a plant that has already started to produce fruits, then you would see that you take way longer to get it from seeds as opposed to ear layering and the normal cuttings, right? So that's why I personally would choose ear layering and planting it from cuttings. And if I was to choose between those two, I would still give ear layering the edge, right? Because based on my observation, I have observed that the roots that start to form under the ear layering, they are a bit more sturdy, thicker, and look a bit stronger than those that you would get if you plant the cuttings into soil and it starts to initiate the roots, you know. So I give this stage. You know, at the closer to the end of this video, this ear layering that you see beside me, I'm gonna cut it off, right? And I'm gonna plant this plant. The vine that extends from the ear layering upward, it has grown to a reasonable distance, you know, and I'm not going to cut off anything off it other than the tendrils. Them, the tendrils are these stuff. I broke off a little piece and I show them. the tendrils them are this stuff. The vine really use it to wrap around areas when it is running all over the place, you know. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you the other ear layering that I had done. I'm gonna do a ear layering so you guys can see an example of how it is done, and then I'm gonna plant this grapevine closer to the end of this video. So just stay tuned. A lot of information that if you get, and yeah, it's a very informative video, so don't skip and go to another video. Stay at this video to the end. Alright, so this is another section of my home that I plant some grapevines at. See the grape arbor there before you, and these are the other ear layerings that was done over by this side. If you look closely, you can see the formation of the roots under the ear layering, right? And thus far all of them started to form roots. Yeah, here's another one. And as I said, when I compare them to growing grapes from cuttings, the roots that are formed from the cuttings itself, they are way smaller than these, you know. So that is one of the edge I would give the ear layering over growing from direct cuttings. So this one start to form root as well. Yeah. Alright, so this is the area, right? This area over here that I'm going to set the ear layering on. I would advise person to set it at this exact area where the node is. You see this pointed thing right here? It's called a node, right? And the reason why I would advise persons to set it at that area is because grapes really grow more easily from nodes, because the nodes contain concentrated areas of plant hormones, right? And a thing called meristematic tissues, and those are the cells like what are responsible for new growth, right? So they really initiate root growth. So it's a very good area to plant, to set the ear layering on. So I'm open to follow that the example there, because more when you guys do your ear layering, gonna get the best results, right? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do now, I have the different items that I need to start the ear layering. Just stay tuned and let us show you how it is done. Alright, so here are different items. I have some plastic bags. This is what I'm gonna put the soil in, rather the sand in. I have this tape here. Normally doctors would use these tapes, you know, but this is what I'm gonna use to paste on top, of the ear layering before I cover it with the grafting tape. I also have a razor blade. This is what I'm gonna use to cut the plastic bag that contains the sand. And here is the grafting tape. This is what is going to wrap around the plastic bag with the sand in it while it is on the vine. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright, so first what you want to do is shave down this area. Because this is where we are going to set our ear layering. Alright, I would believe that is good enough. So when you set the ear layering here and it start to form the root, we're gonna plant this area in like a potting bag or maybe directly in the earth. and we're looking forward to getting a new plant out of this area. Yeah. Alright, so let me get the bag with the sand and the other items that I need to set this ear layer in. Alright, so here I have my bag with sand. Let me just tie this. Oh, this I move like in a one tie. Alright. Where is the razor? So I'm just gonna use the razor and cut in the middle of this, then I'll put it over, like put it up on the vine, right? And then I'm gonna tape down the open end on the vine, then wrap it with the grafting tape, and we would basically be done. It's a very easy method. Let me just cut off this end here to make the thing look a bit neater. If you have a word like that. Yeah man, but you know what I mean. Alright, let us go back over to the vine. Alright, so I'm just gonna paste the tape on this end, or somewhere here, so just go and wait until I'm ready feet. Alright, here's the sand. I'm gonna cut the sand in the middle, and be advised, moist the sand before you place it on the vine, right? So a level of moisture is there. Alright, that looks good enough. Alright, so we'll put it over the desired area, just like this. Alright. Ooh, this look a bit challenging. Try if we keep that sand down. Alright, then we'll use this, our tape. You can keep the ears and close together. So I can use back the razor to cut this thing here. Alright, let me just cut this with the razor again. So you can stick this somewhere here. Alright, so let's get the grafting tape now and start to strap this down properly. Here's our grafting tape. So we can start strap this down. And we're almost through. Alright. This is ear layering. Very good method to use. You have a high percentage chance of getting a successful plant using this method. So, for all the fortunate persons in Jamaica that happen to have a grapevine at home, try this method. You won't regret it. And I'm not just narrowing it down to Jamaica either, you know. If you're in the Caribbean, if you're in America, if you're in Europe, you're in South America, you can try this method. And we are basically through with our ear layering. Right? What you can do is bore some little holes in this, and from time to time you moist it with water again. You can do that, you know. So that is basically it. That's how you ear layer your grapevine. Alright, so I'm back at the first area that I showed you guys the ear layering, and as I said, I'm gonna plant this grapevine here. Right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut off this area, take off the bag of it, and then get it planted. Right, so I'm gonna stay tuned so you can see how we deal with it. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, let me lower this now, because as I mentioned earlier, this has extended to a reasonable distance. Right, here we go. You see this long? Yeah, man. And let us go down to the roots again. So here it is. So I'm gonna take this off and make you see. Wow. Alright, some of the sand is breaking away. And I don't want this vine to break. See that? Whoa. Roots are massive. Hold this close to the camera. Yeah, this is the product of ear layering. So if I didn't convince you guys earlier, maybe this will be more convincing. Right, here we go. And here's the results. This is a lot of roots. A lot of roots. And I would believe it will be very difficult for this plant to die. But if it so happens that some of the part of this plant that is closer to the end starts to rotten and deteriorate and break away, I can just cut off an area of this vine closer to the end, and it still will give you a successful plant. Alright? Jamaican Grape Farmer is back. Alright, look at the length of this grapevine. Isn't this something? Alright, so the trainer makes some noise. Just give me a second. Alright. Yeah, so we will get this planted now. Alright, so just stay tuned. Alright, so I would have already prepared the area to get this thing planted. So let's lower it down into the soil. Right, so we're gonna take it. Alright, so we're gonna cover it back with the soil now. Then afterwards, I'm gonna use some rainwater to moist the soil, even though the soil moist already. We just want to ensure so we get a successful plant out of this. Right, but first I'm gonna use like a type of pole to give it some support. Then we can moist the soil afterwards. Alright, so what I have here with me is some tie tapes. I'm going to use it to hold the vine in position on the support. So you guys may observe the difference with the quality of the video, because the other device that I was using the battery died, right? So I had to switch over to my phone, but we planted this. I have already moist the area with rainwater, and we should this support in the earth. So we're gonna just use the tie tape and wrap it around the vine to keep the vine in place, right? I hope you guys are seeing properly though. Alright, so we have come to the end of the video. I hope you guys have learned, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Right, so we have our variety of grape here planted over by the other side. Yeah, and I'm just gonna run it up in the grape harbor. Right, when it start to establish a bit more, we set up some cards feet run on and all of that. Or maybe because I'm gonna do a upcoming plant sale, and these other olive vine that you see here won't be here, because these are what I'm gonna get the grapevine plants from. Then I could just run it on those speared wires. Yeah man. But as I say, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the new video them though. Alright, until next time guys, peace.